What's up, guys? It's Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Wrenching on the old Porsche with two O's. So today we will be attempting to fix the misfire for like the 10th time by replacing all 6 fuel injectors, 6 ignition coils and spark plugs, crankshaft position sensor, and 2 camshaft position sensors. Literally just bought a bunch of parts and I'm throwing them at the car, hoping that something fixes the misfire. So first step, my buddy Sean here is helping me remove the airbox. We have to gain access to the right and left sides of the engine, obviously. There's some fuel lines on the left side that we have to unclip and get out of the way. A couple other things. We're following the article on Pelican parts. And according to the internet, just replacing the injectors is about 2 to 3 hours, and then putting everything back together is about another 2 to 3 hours. So given that we are noobs, and this is probably going to take way longer than that, we are starting early in the morning. There's supposed to be 2 coolant hoses.
There's 2. This one goes to the bottom of the tank.
Okay.
So pull this one off and then pull this one off, I think.
So we're clearing the engine bay out so that we can lower the engine up to 40 millimeters. Just disconnected the coolant tank vent line. Is there some coolant coming out?
Yeah, you got towel.
Stick it over there.
Yeah, what is this coming from?
Trying to disconnect the brake booster line. This clip, this white clip, is damn near impossible to get off.
Should we look it up on YouTube? 911 white clip disconnect.
That was a good sound. Since we haven't done this before, we don't know the ideal mounting point.
I don't know ideal anything for anything. It's already lowering.
That's good. It's almost all the way down.
Alright, mine's like all the way almost off. Yeah, so the question we have is, the DIY guy for doing the ignition coil says you don't have to take this bracket off, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm pretty sure it's impossible to take that coil out with that bracket in the way. Thing to note is that the brackets are not symmetrical on either side of the engine.
The brackets are. The motor's not.
But I think the size of that hole in the bracket is not the same.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, maybe I'm just going crazy, but according to this diagram, for an 05 to 08 997.1, there is a switchover valve right here above the left side bank, above the fuel rail. If I go to my car, there's the fuel rail. There's no switchover valve.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to access them. There's this injector with this clip over there. Middle is super hard to get to. In fact, it doesn't look possible to get to. This clip is out.
The last one's the one that you say was impossible.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Third one.
Pesky, over-engineered clips.
I wouldn't say that. I like them.
You like them? Oh.
Yeah, because they don't break. No matter
You are
how
a
old they
sadistic man.
No matter how you just get this clip, like you see how this is?
Yeah?
It's the same thing. What the idea is, you just push them down, either on the sides or from the top, like this, and then they come off, and you don't have to no plastics break when you do that.
That's
so
a good point. That's a good point. All right, Oleg approved.
I think this service was designed to be performed on the engine.
Engine out, yeah.
Significantly longer. I think they have specialty tables in the Porsche dealership that line up with the subframe holes, and the whole engine just drops on the subframe, and then they lower the table and they just work on it.
All right, somehow we managed to get 2 of the left side injectors out. They don't look too dirty or anything, but I guess we'll find out once the new ones go in if the engine runs smoother or not. No space in here to work. Somehow Oleg's got magic fingers.
Tiny hands help.
Yeah. Check it out. 3rd injector out.
The middle. Yeah. Okay, let me try.
Magic fingers, Oleg.
Oh shit. Do it again.
Boom.
Okay.
Where did it fall?
That's a good question.
Oh, I see it.
You see it?
Yeah. All right, so Sean was up in the engine bay trying to find the crank angle sensor, but instead found this. Maybe this was causing the misfire. Can you even act like you're trying for the video?
I'm literally trying the hardest I've ever tried in my life.
All right, injectors, ignition coils, 1 cam angle sensor, no crank angle sensor installed because it's a to reach. Let's fire it up. Holy shit, the engine roughness is through the roof. Look how high that fuel trim is.
I don't even know what that means.
1.25?
Versus like 1.0.
It should be 1. Cylinder 1 is misfiring like crazy. It's at 100 misfires.
Holy f.
Alright, day 2. I still have not installed the crankshaft position sensor, so I'm trying to do that right now. It is so annoying to reach. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm at the left back side of the engine. If you look all the way in there, managed to take out the old sensor. You probably can't even see, but there's a hole where it reads the position of the flywheel. That's where the sensor sits. This is the sensor right here. The harder part is figuring out how to take off this connector, because there's a metal bracket that holds it in place and it's really hard to reach. Okay, well,
I mean, so that metal bracket is like screwed in.
yeah, you see that screw up there?
Yeah.
That's the other option. I can take that off first. But the problem is if I take that off, I don't know if I can get it back on.
I see. Your hand can't get to the other side of the bracket, can it?
No.
Like to the top
I
side?
don't think so, unless I remove this sway bar, but I don't want to do that yet. I can with it?
Yeah, dude, it looks like you can get a colonoscopy with
For
it.
sure you could. Slowly but surely it is coming out.
That's good.
The question is, will I be able to get it back in?
Well, that's for later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang, there are so many pieces.
Thank you, Porsche, for over-engineering the hell out of everything. Ow! Oh, dude, come on. There's not enough space for me to get anything in there.
That sounds like a you problem.
That sounds like a big problem. I may need Justin's help on this one. He's good at this kind of shit.
Speaking up.
Oh! Speak of the devil.
What is it that you've gotten yourself into this time?
Take the watch off here so catch that.
Oh, got it. Roommates to the rescue. Here's the old camshaft position sensor. This is the annoying part, this stupid bracket. Oh, the clip's broken.
That might be why it came
This
out
is
so
what it's
easily.
supposed to look like. Bracket is off with the help of a hammer.
Gotta find one like the neighborhood kids, like the really small hand.
Yeah, we talked about this. This is definitely meant for child labor. As long as it gets in the hole and I can slightly turn it with my hand, right?
Yeah.
Knows how to get it in the hole.
I'm going smooth though. Lube that. Can you even get the ground onto the bracket?
Yeah. I have it on.
Oh.
I'm threading it on. There's no way it's coming off.
You got it?
There's no way it's coming off.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice mustache, bro.
Thanks. Trying to impress the ladies.
How's that working for you?
It's working great. I got my lady.
Nice. All right. Camera ran out of battery, so I'm using my phone. Somehow we managed to actually get crank position sensor on and tightened. And if you follow that cable, you probably see that gray connector with the bracket and the ground cable all on due to roommate teamwork. But we lost a wrench in there. He dropped a wrench in there somehow. It's probably lodged inside the engine now. I'm pretty sure. We can't even find it with my fancy colonoscopy camera. Okay, just went for a drive after getting the new crank position sensor installed and no dice. Still misfires. It's misfiring on all cylinders. Same as before. 1, 3, and 5 are still the main culprits. And the car still hesitates at low RPMs, high throttle. So I'm pretty much out of ideas now other than potentially the dual mass flywheel being out of round, which I've heard can happen on these cars, but not something I really want to spend the money trying to diagnose right now. If you guys have any other ideas, please let me know in the comments. I will include a link to the Durametric data log that I just did. So for you geeks out there, I guess you can do some data analysis and maybe see if something looks off. I included all the values that I think are relevant, but let me know if there's anything else I should have included. Honestly, I'm at the point where I'm about to say YOLO with the car and just track it and just see what happens. Because honestly, the car feels great at higher RPMs. It's only at low RPMs, heavy throttle, that I can feel the misfire, although it does log misfires even when I'm just driving around normally. So